Welcome to the Principal Podcast, where we talk about how the best professional services firms grow. Whether you're looking to scale your firm or learn from the stories of founders and leaders who've done it, you're in the right place. Join us as we interview the best leaders in professional services. Let's get on with the show.
Good morning, Danielle. We're lucky today, everyone, to have on Principal Podcast Danielle Putnam, who is the CEO of New Flat Rate. Really a dynamic story behind what she's doing, and in particular how she got to this journey. So we're going to let her tell us about how did she get involved in this type of business, the home service industry, and how did you get involved in starting New Flat Rate?
Hey, Dennis, thanks for having me. I love how you said you were lucky to have me here today. I was like, oh my gosh, that is the nicest intro. Thank you so much for that. It means a lot. Well, I was born and bred in the industry. My dad was a contractor. Grandpa was a contractor, uncles, brothers. And so that's what I knew. And I find that a lot of CEOs and entrepreneurs find themselves in an industry that they're familiar with oftentimes. And the trades, home services, that's what I was familiar with. But I wanted to climb and make a difference and be an entrepreneur since childhood.
Okay.
And that's what brought me here today.
Okay. And then when you had that family background, and that obviously was inherent in you and drove you a little bit, but what created the concept behind New Flat Rate? Because I think you originally started off just in the home service industry, but now you specialize in this endeavor. Tell me why.
There was, as a contracting family, we had a problem. And I think so many great ideas come out of a problem, people looking for a solution. So our problem was the lack of consistent revenue in a service business. There was the feast to famine. There was nothing predictable, high pressure on the technicians, which are the service providers from owners, trying to get them to perform and bring back more money from every service call. And that wasn't something that you could scale because you're dealing with people and personalities. And some people like to sell, some people don't like to sell. And when you're dealing with people, you know this, Dennis, that a predictable system that whether they can follow or that it does it for them is the best way to go. And so we discovered the New Flat Rate because of a need that we had. We were struggling as a contracting family to be profitable. We were feast to famine all the time. And so we found that if we would just present options, more than one price in the home to a customer, to a homeowner, then they'd choose the level of service they wanted. And all of a sudden, average service tickets went up.
Okay. So do you have like a tiered structure? You have, here's option A, option B, option C, and within those options, varying levels of service support. Is that how you did it?
If you were on a heating and air conditioning call, plumbing, electrical call, for example, and you find that the light switch is out, and so you go to the customer and you say, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, I found the problem. I'm a little concerned, but don't worry. I have some options for you. So yes, you're right. Kind of the ABC, the good, better, best. Our system in particular has 5 options, 5 price points for anything diagnosed in the home. But the human psychology is to compare. People compare, and they want to know, is this a good value? Am I getting the best for my money? And so when we give them options, they're able to choose the level of service that they want.
Well, that's smart. And you're right. Today, in any industry, no matter what you're selling or providing, people are going to look in a variety of different methods to see, am I getting a great deal or not? And how they perceive that so many times is just price, which is not value. And so what occurs sometimes is that people make a short-sighted decision based on price, but a long-term pain because they didn't pick the right person for value. How do you explain your value proposition, and why does that mean something to you and your company?
I want to make sure I understand. How do we, as the New Flat Rate,
Explain
talk
to the
about
customer.
our customer, the contractor,
Correct.
our value?
Explain to them the value, why they should be utilizing you.
Great question. And it's all about maximizing the opportunity in the home. And so, Dennis, we say that, every business, they're trying to sell something, but we had to make it very altruistic. What was real to us? What did we care about as a company? And to be honest, it's this. We care about keeping families together because our industry has burnt out technicians for so long, trying to get them to run call after call after call after call. A service technician might come to your home at 8 p.m. at night, and that's their 10th call of the day. And so they're not able to have work-life family balance. They're not able to make it to their son's baseball game or let their dog out or take care of their elderly parents. And so what we want to do, our value proposition is, hey, let's maximize every opportunity through an automated sales process. So let's not run 10 service calls a day and burn out your best people. Let's run 3 or 5, and let's maximize using a sales system presentation where the customer chooses their level of service. They upsell themselves. They pay more. All of a sudden, our efficiency as a company goes up because we are making more money on one call. We don't have the drive time. We don't have the fuel. We don't have the other expenses. And we're maximizing those opportunities in the home. That's our value proposition is let's increase the cash flow. So then your company can grow from a position of strength.
So then the individual contractors look at it and realize, hey, I can be doing something a lot better. These guys are going to give me the tools and the guide how to provide that. So that's how you provide the support to the people that you work with because you lived it watching it in your family.
Yes.
You're right. I mean, so many times you think about it. I'm currently in Florida. I believe you're based out of Atlanta. And, it gets hot in the summer and your air conditioner goes out and you go, oh my gosh, all I need to get someone here to fix this problem. And that poor person I've had many times show up, like you said, 8 o'clock at night, dog tired.
Yes.
They've had a long day. They've been in hot houses trying to figure out these things. And you empathize with them because they look like they're just worn to the bone. Yet they still want to give you good service. So I think it's smart what you're doing probably is providing for them a better way to present themselves to their customers because they'll be more efficient if they're not exhausted. So I like what you're doing.
Well, and Dennis, we want them to get paid what they're worth because home service professionals, they love their craft and they're really good at it. And they love to help people. They love to help people. They feel good about coming to your rescue, even at 10 o'clock at night, knowing that they can solve your problem. So I love that about them, but we want them to be paid what they're worth, even to the effect of, yes, Mr. Dennis, we can come out there at 10 o'clock at night, but there is an emergency after hours charge of $199. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, especially when you're out of air conditioning, you say yes.
Every time.
Yeah, especially where we live. All right. So anyway, let's talk about how you find your customers. I mean, obviously, I've seen some information on you. You do meeting presentations. You do large seminars and groups for your industry. How do you source for your customers, your organization? Is it through social media platforms? Is it live presentations you follow up? Give me the best avenue right now that's providing results for you and your company.
Our best avenue today is organic, paid search, and paid social. Okay. Those are the 3 that are driving the most leads for us. Now, I look at our marketing funnel and I'm like, oh my gosh, we have so many misses and so many holes of things that, we should be, or, we used to be doing that. Those are the top 3 that are driving lead flow today.
So you said a lead source, you said organic, and then social media.
And paid search.
Oh, paid search, which is like a lead source, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So of those 3, which one's yielding you the highest return of the 3?
Organic.
Okay.
But you have to do a lot for organic, right? And so we've got to be out there. So you've got to be shaking hands and kissing babies and meeting people and writing articles and doing podcasts. And you have to do a lot for that.
A lot of grinning and gripping is what you're talking about. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
I get it. So with that, on your different methods, do you have a sales group that does that for you? Or you can't do it all on your own, Danielle. You're the face to the company. So the organization behind you, are they the ones who take that lead source that comes in, or even an organic referral, someone calls in? How do you handle that call to get it to a point where you now work with the contractor to say why they should be using your organization? What's the process?
As a software service and selling business to business, we do have an internal sales team. And so when somebody is interested and raises their hand, we have outbound callers and we have trained internal salespeople that love contractors, love what we do, love helping people. And so they, of course, do, I hate the word demo, but we demo, information session. And then it's always free demo. I'm like, no kidding. Of course it's a free demo.
Yeah, really.
But they do. So we've got a fantastic sales team that really do love helping people. And so the lead flow goes through to our sales team where they build relationships and they talk to customers, and prospects about their business and how can we partner together to maximize the opportunities and increase cash flow.
The thing that's interesting with your model is it means those people either were contractors maybe or some form of fashion within the home industry, so they can at least talk the language of the contractor.
Some of them.
You get people who don't understand that and may have a little more challenging on getting that conversion from inquiry to conducting business. So speaking of that selling cycle, let's talk about when someone is interested to work with your company, from contact to when they either sign a contract or do go forward. What's that normal selling cycle time like?
Right now, Dennis, it's 2 weeks. It used to be 90 days.
Wow.
And, we've been in business for 15 years, and 15 years just means you have a lot of time to say, okay, tweak this, tweak this,
Yep.
tweak this, tweak this.
And learn, right.
And it is learning. I love that you said that. And it's, can't kick yourself too much for all the things you didn't used to do or didn't used to know. But I love the maturity that comes through being in business for a while. And I know that as we continue, we learn even more. But yeah, we've done a lot of things wrong, but tweaking and tweaking and tweaking.
If you didn't do something wrong, you're never going to do something right. I mean, when I work with people, I tell them, hey, if you have a child, if you remember what it was like when they're born, they're all nice and they look great, and then eventually they crawl, and eventually you get to the point where they pull themselves up. Before you know it, they're walking, then they're running, and you can't catch them. Thank God they're not born running. So it's an evolution.
Isn't that the truth? Oh my gosh, Dennis, since you're talking about that, I have 4 wonderful children, and I love the season when they can't move because you know that they're still going to be where you put them. You left them on the couch, they'll be on the couch.
Exactly. That's a great analogy. I love that. So when you think about with your customers, you have them in that evolution where they're learning something different by working with you guys than they traditionally have done. I mean, that's not the way they did their business previously. They did it like you were talking about, the old-fashioned way, working late at night. And, so how's that transition mentally for them to adapt to a new world with you?
Dennis, are you familiar with EOS, the Entrepreneur Operating System?
Yes.
The book Traction by Gino Wickman. We
I've
implemented.
not read it, but I know about it.
Okay, it's a way that we run our business. But EOS has a proven process. And we realized as we were going through EOS that we didn't have a proven process in our company because we found, to your point, people would say, wow, yes, I need a better way to do my pricing. I need a better way to maximize opportunity in the home. They would buy the new flat rate and then they'd let the app sit on the shelf. Like so many of us, we buy something that we think is going to save our business, and then we don't implement it. And so we found so many weren't implementing it. So, of course, we tried 1,000 things. How can we get them to use this golden tool that they've just signed up for? And we created what we call a proven process. We learned how to do it through EOS, and we recognized that we didn't have one. And the proven process is the natural next steps, communicating to the customer the natural next steps. So our proven process is, hey, Mr. Customer, we're going to start with a demo where we're going to learn about your business. You're going to learn about this solution. And then after that, when you sign up, then we're going to go through onboarding. Onboarding looks like this. You've got a couple of meetings. And then we're going to choose a champion, somebody in your company that is going to be brave enough to go first, to try this new system and to report back to others. Somebody on your team that you trust to try something in the field. So once we choose the champion, and the champion tries the product, then we meet again in 7 days. How did the first 7 days go? And so then we have a results day. We get the whole team onboarded. We have a results day at 30 days of looking at all the results, which is the increased average service tickets. All right, you guys used to be at 250 and now you're at 874. So let's prove that what we're doing is working. Throughout that time, we're working to get the whole team's buy-in. So we have a proven process for getting people to implement the solution that they know will make a difference in their company. And then we also, Dennis, look in the long term. Once you have cash flow coming in, then what do you need to do? Well, you might need marketing. You might need some partners. We have a group called, well, our high-level coaching system is called Freedom Builders University, and it's CEO and manager training. And so they might find, wow, we just implemented this, and now we've got all this more cash flow in our company. What do we do next? How do we grow? How do we have more freedom in our business? And so we do a high-level coaching and CEO training, and some of them, a lot of contractors that we work with, they have somebody that they're training on their team that's they're training to take over. Might be a general manager, might be a son or a daughter. And this ongoing coaching program helps for that next level transition as well. And so it's a proven process that I feel like this was a long answer that doesn't stop, but it doesn't stop at the point of sale. It's a relationship that keeps going.
Well, if you don't do that, you're not going to have customer retention either. So what you do by providing this gets you locked into that contractor and that company far more efficiently than if it was a one-off and you just told them how to do it, and then they had to figure out from that point. So it's smart business what you're doing. I get it, and I've done it for a long time, what I do. So I can tell you what you're doing is you're proactive. You're not reactive. You're making sure that your process works. And then when there is success, what I call a hero file, letters of testimony or testimonials. Hey, this thing really works, man. I just got that average price per ticket up dramatically, and you track it for a period of time. And that's the best proof you need as to why they should expand and go further. And then I like the fact you have that CEO type school educational for them so they don't just get caught in the moment themselves. Because when people start making money, sometimes they go, this is great. And they don't say, well, how do I plan down the road making more money? Good. Well, you got a good plan so far. How do you, in my opinion, who's your sweet spot customer? Who do you go after contractor-wise? Is it a mid-sized company, certain revenue spot? Who are you pursuing?
Around $2 million in revenue.
Okay.
So heating, air, electrical, and plumbing contractors that are getting near $2 million. Now, we love to work with guys that are just starting and getting going as well. We've got all different size companies. But what we have found that when a company reaches about $2 million, they're ready for help to transition, to get systems in place, to maybe step out of the truck. You might have an owner-operator that's ready to step out of the truck. But when they step out of the truck, then revenue goes down because others don't sell like they do. And so they're ready to put a system in place to make sure that revenue stays up while they're learning to start looking ahead.
Yeah, you think about it, people can't replicate themselves. They all try to, but it doesn't work. As far as I know, cloning is not allowed at this point for human beings. So,
which I'm glad it's not, but someday, I'm nervous about all this technology.
At times I do, and I tell my kids that, and they go, Dad, come on, just relax. You're going to be fine. I said, I'm fine. I'll worry about you guys.
Right.
All right. So as an industry leader and you look at what's happening and you look in the future, besides AI and all the other stuff, what are the biggest challenges you see ahead for Better Flat Rate?
We placed a lot of bets this year. Technology's moving very fast, and we chose to embrace it and to be a part of it. Okay. And so we are, as the root system, we are with our system. We've been upgrading and developing so that with pricing, dynamic pricing is important now more than ever. Everybody can go and speak into their phone and say, hey, give me 3 options for this. What should we do? Right? And so making sure that we have a safe and trusted dynamic pricing system that's changing with the needs of the business automatically, that's really important. And so we're making sure we're able to provide that. Pricing, there's been a race to the bottom where And I'm on a mission right now to stop it, Dennis. This race to the bottom of homeowners saying, what's it going to cost me to get my air conditioner fixed, for example? And they want the cheapest price. And so contractors are constantly competing on price instead of value to give the cheapest price. Well, in the homeowner's head, the perception, well, if they go and use AI, it's going to cost you $10. No. It's not. AI is hallucinating on that, and it is my mission to help influence what is the truth so that our contractors can continue to get paid what they're worth. And so when we look at the future of pricing, we need real data. What does it cost? And the homeowners need to be informed well, and our customers contractors, home service providers, technicians, they need to be able to have a tool that's updating constantly, that they can trust, that is consistent, that maximizes every opportunity in the home. So there's a whole big blue ocean of future for pricing. And technology is even making it better, but we're working on reining it so that it serves contractors best.
Well, in particular, you're right. You go to AI, it's going to give you some hypothetical thing that's not based on any reality because they don't live it. You guys live it, and you know exactly what you go through and what's real and not real. And I think that is a challenge in a lot of different industries. And I had someone tell me, whenever you speak to AI, realize they have probably a fifth grade mentality. So sometimes the best thing to do is speak to them like they're a fifth grader. Say, I don't want to hear that this time. You know, where it is, however you name your AI partner, Oscar. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear the real truth. And it changes. It changes the answer. It really does.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because they actually, technology for dummies might be the best way to put it if you read a book. Okay, I'm off the shelf. Okay, I want basic answers. Well, that's what you're going to get. But they're not necessarily exact. So I love what you're doing on your mission, trying to get that reversed and or, as you said, rein in the pricing misconception and get back to some reality. Well, you know, when I have these discussions, I always try and make sure that people felt comfortable sharing things. I want to find out one last thing because our 25 minutes is just about up. I've really enjoyed our dialogue and conversation today. As you look to the future, not just for your company, Better Flat Rate, but for the industry in general, where do you see the biggest challenges ahead besides, we just talked about technology? What other challenges for your contractors are there and how to grow more effectively?
I believe they would say the labor shortage is their biggest challenge.
Okay.
All contractors say that's their number one problem is the labor shortage. So it's not about technology. It's about finding more humans. It's about the people. And speed to price, the attention span of the homeowner is not getting longer. It is getting shorter. And so speed to price, they want to know what it costs. They want to know now. They want to be able to pay for it now and take care of everything now. And so making sure that they have what they need for that. I think the human element is going to be so important going forward. And I love that. I think we all need to use technology everywhere that we can to make the automation, the speed, the follow-up, limit the lost opportunities, but to support the human so the human can shine. And that's what I love about home services is, you know, hey, we've got this one technician. Let's make sure that we can let this technician shine. But the labor shortage is still a problem.
Yeah, and education, I would think, regarding how to utilize your software has got to be sometimes a curve too. And that's a people problem. It's not necessarily a technology problem. It's the ability to be cognizant of all the options that are out there and aware of what to do. That's something you can't train what they have done prior to you get them, and hopefully they're able to take what you do and utilize it. So with all that being said, Danielle, I've really enjoyed our conversation today. I hope you have as well. And thank you so much for sharing all the insights of what you've done. I think your model is superb, and it's designed for your contractors to really see it, revenue opportunity, and do more with every opportunity that they get. If people want to reach out to you, Danielle, what's the best way for that to happen?
Our website, Dennis, is thenewflatrate.com, which is a great place, of course. Our phone number's on there, our information. My email is Danielle@thenewflatrate.com. I'm on LinkedIn. And, I saw somebody say last night, oh, LinkedIn's going south. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm meeting some really great people on LinkedIn right now.
Yeah, I would disagree. I'm on LinkedIn, and it's huge for me. And I think most people should look at it. It's a business-to-business platform. It is a social platform. I see sometimes too many social things come on LinkedIn. I go, no, that's not the place for that. Do it on Instagram, whatever you want to do. But it is still a wonderful platform, and I'm glad you're on that and utilize that, especially for the businesses that you're trying to work with. I want to thank everybody for listening to Danielle today. I think it's a great presentation she did. We were fortunate to have her on today. So Danielle, thank you. You have a wonderful weekend ahead.
Thank you, Dennis. You too.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Principal Podcast. We hope you've learned valuable lessons and strategies to grow your firm and take your business to the next level. Make sure to subscribe and leave us a review wherever you're listening to this show so you never miss an episode. To apply and be a guest on the show, click the link in the description. See you next time.